I don't know if we have anyone new that joined us from the last session. We still have quite a big group in here. I am Lauren, and this is RaceJoy Sponsor Opportunities with Shelly and James.
Welcome, everybody. Thanks for sticking in there. I know this is the end of the sessions, and if you've attended a lot of them, you probably have had a long day. So I appreciate you joining me at the end for the most exciting presentation, RaceJoy Sponsor Opportunities. So let me get right into it. I know most of you were in the last session, so the only thing I wanted to communicate in addition to the points that were already on this slide from last time is that as the race directors and even the timers on this, the understanding that it's in order to get the high usage in RaceJoy and also support your sponsor's value, you'll need to promote that RaceJoy is available. So you need to do that in a number of ways. We have automated emails that go through RunSignup's platform, but through your Facebook and also on your website, having a runner tracking section on your website is very helpful to increase that usage. So the more promotion you do, the more people will use it, and then your sponsors will get a lot of value from it. Because if they don't see that people are using it, then obviously they won't think that they got a lot of value. So these are the different opportunities for sponsors in RaceJoy, and there's actually 6 of them. And I know a lot of the sponsors might be focused in on one thing, like the banner ads or the custom audio experience, but there's actually a lot of different ways that you can showcase a sponsor. And I'm going to go through each of those quickly because we only have 20 minutes. So the progress alerts is actually the one thing that will give them the most value, and I'll explain why. These are issued out at every mile on the course. So if you have a really long course, and it also, it depends on your spectator factor, but if you have a long course, each of these are going out at every mile, and spectators are getting this in-app notice that is appearing over to the left. And this is an opportunity to showcase a sponsor. As you see over to the left, we have Kenny Drugs and then Mercy Help. Then these all get stored in the participants repository that they can go and they do view afterwards. So they're seeing it again and again and again. These progress alerts will have at large events, hundreds of thousands of these going out. So it is a great opportunity for a single sponsor. So this is where you would showcase one single sponsor. So it would be your most important one. Then banner ads is the second thing we'll cover, or the second opportunity. So this is a real easy way to showcase a sponsor. They can see their banner ad is there. These are linkable. It could go to whatever web page that they want. You have unlimited banner ads. However, the most important ones will be your first and your second, and then your third. Your first one, though, we recommend that you use that as your branded banner ad for your race, because you want the look of your home page to have a nice race feel to it. So it would go with whatever the icon is that's showing up on that info little circle. So then your second banner ad should really be your most important sponsor, and like these that are shown here. The other opportunity for banner ads is in the results page, and that's for scored results that you use with your timer when they're on site. That's shown over to the right. So you have 2 areas, and we have a very easy tool to upload banner ads to. So logos and content, that's your third area. And there's a number of places in the app. We have a custom options section that you can easily adjust your content. The event info page is a great location to drop in a logo and maybe showcase or give recognition to a sponsor for providing RaceJoy. There's also a schedule and an FAQ section. You'll see in the center here, this is a schedule option for the 5K at Glass City, and they're showcasing Medical Mutual. So it's, you can add in all your schedule opportunities and drop in the logos. And then over to the right is showing a news alert. This is a standard news alert that we have in RaceJoy that's a welcome message that you can just adjust and go in and add a logo to. So these are super easy places to drop in logos, and then you could just take pictures and do like a post race report. This is all the ways that we showcased you in RaceJoy. So number 4 is the social media and sharing. When they log into RaceJoy, they get this app, or I'm sorry, this screen that shows up in the app. It says create a race fan club. This is where they can either announce on their Facebook wall or Twitter wall that they are using RaceJoy for your race and track and send them cheers, or they could send personal invitations to individuals. And in all of these options, you can showcase a sponsor in those and just add in sponsor information. Over to the right is showing those progress alerts that they post on Twitter. Facebook does not allow us to do this, but they can certainly do it on Twitter. And participants have the option of either doing all of their alerts or maybe just their start and finish. And each one of those is an opportunity to showcase a sponsor. That first alert that goes out, they get a logo with it, and we recommend you just have your race logo with that. Or you could do a joint logo, do a combo logo with your sponsor. So the 5th opportunity is with the course map. And this is clearly just for those on-site course options. But this is actually Philadelphia Marathon does a really good job, and Richmond did a really good job too, of they added to each of the mile markers on the course a sponsor. And you can add in the logo, you can link out to a site. What happens is people will hover over the different mile markers and these will pop up. So this is a heavily used section of the app. So it's a great opportunity to just kind of plug in some sponsors. Now, if you have water stops that maybe a sponsor is doing something creative about, you could even take a picture of them at that and then put it in that water stop. So when they go and click on it, then people could see what it looks like on the ground. So you can also showcase maybe nearby sponsors as shown over to the right. And this is showing pizza, and there's a pizza icon, and then showing that it's from the Portland Pie Company. So there's these different opportunities, either attaching to the mile markers or adding different icons and so forth for local sponsors in the area. Or you can even add in between along the course. So there's a lot of flexibility with that. And then this is just showing another, just a whole showcase of these different combination of things. So as I mentioned earlier, there was the progress alerts that you can issue out, correct? That you can attribute to a sponsor, but you can take it a step further. And the timers on the call, we don't normally train you on this, but this is actually taking a step further. You can actually label a mile marker and add a sponsor to that label of the mile marker, so that mile 20 would then be read like at Dunkin' Donuts mile 20. So that's a nice way to add, like, say I've got a bunch of important sponsors, you can label different mile markers and then it'll read out this way. So it takes it a little step further, but it is a nice kind of add-on. And we don't typically train this, but I thought it'd be beneficial for today's call. So the other great opportunity is number 6, and the final is the custom audio points, and we call these geo cheers. These are available for both on-site events and also virtual. So on-site, it's self-explanatory. As they cross certain points on the course, you're sending out geo cheers or cheers that you record, or you use our cheer tool that either encourages them or sends another message, or sponsors. It's what we're talking about here. Now for virtual events, it would be based on the distance, and you could schedule certain distance points that they go out. So the purpose of this, and for those of you who are on the call in the last call, the purpose hasn't changed, but I'll restate for those that just joined. It's really to engage with the participant or amplify a theme, or point out points of interest. We want to be careful when it comes to the sponsor messages, because we don't want any advertising or commercials, and because it'll just frustrate people, and that just backfires on your sponsor, on the race, and on the app. And the race directors that are on the call, please know that the timers that are offering RaceJoy, they have the agreement with us that they will push back when sponsors are asking for more than this. So know that they're not allowed to do it. So help them, push back if you have a sponsor that's a little too aggressive on this. They can certainly do custom recordings. It just can't be commercials. So maybe some creative ways of doing it is, if you have water on the course and you have a water sponsor, then that's a great opportunity to say, hey, water ahead being provided by Dasani. You know, that kind of blends with it. Or if they're providing beer at the finish, then letting them know about it. And if you don't have something that kind of lends to that naturally, then just even an encouraging cheer that briefly states the sponsor, but doesn't give any kind of like, you know, saying you're doing a great job, Starbucks, from all the Starbucks employees of the area. That's great, you know, then, but if, when you add on things like, oh, it's the best coffee of the planet and blah, 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 that's when it gets a little, you know, trying. So we want to be careful about those, but certainly, definitely you can make use of those. And adding that custom label on the mile marker actually helps with that too. So how are we doing on time, James?
You're fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so I thought I'd just show you the back end because I think this is important for those of you that are showing the custom options to your sponsors, and so that you know how to do this. So there is this custom options section here. As you see, we have the race logo and the event info. This actually pulls in your event information from your race wizard, and you can edit this at any time. As you see here, this is the RaceJoy Rocks demo race. And we dropped in RunSignup's logo on this. So you can drop in a sponsor logo and put some content around it. Here's the banner ads. As you see, RaceJoy Rocks provided by RunSignup. And then the schedule. And we left this in just so that people could see an example because we launched this at the Winter Symposium last year, just to show that you can add in at the schedule just whatever you want, like awards. You know, if you're doing a Facebook Live awards, that's a great place to put that. And then adding in if you have sponsors for that. There's progress alerts and social media. This is super, super easy. So all the areas in green, you can just easily adjust. So there's the Twitter alerts, there's the Facebook sharing, the email sharing, and the Twitter sharing. So it's a very easy tool to use. And then, and we put this all in one area, so you don't have to go all over the place. Then the FAQs. Now I wanted to show you the news alerts. This is in a different area, and that is for a reason, because we actually don't want too many news alerts going out, and they certainly cannot be advertising, because what ends up happening if they get a lot of news alerts, they turn off their notifications, and then RaceJoy won't function on race day. But we have these automated template emails or in-app notices that go out to participants and spectators. And you're more than welcome to go into these and drop in a sponsor logo. We just actually don't adjust the how-to and things like that, because that, you know, they need that information. So that's under news alerts, and you can add important race news there if you like to. You can add, you know, if there's something coming up, and this is definitely an area for you to use as your communications vehicle. So the other part of this is going into the audio experience. Now, this area down here in the course map customization, as you see, we say to consult your RaceJoy certified timer. This, you probably need a little bit more assistance, but I thought I'd share the Geo Cheers for RaceJoy Rocks. Let me see which one it was. And I know people heard one, yes, just a moment ago. Okay, here we go. RunSignup wants to tell you you're looking good, and you get a lifetime of free registrations. Haha, just kidding. Events can promote sponsors through audio cheers as long as it's providing something of value to the participants. There are many ways to promote a sponsor in RaceJoy. We invite you to explore the app to see the ways we've showcased RunSignup throughout RaceJoy Rocks. Okay, so that was, you know, just an example of just a supportive cheer. Okay.
Why don't you click on the Richmond one real quick and show them mile 8 of the marathon? It's another good example of kind of just keeping it lighthearted and bringing in sponsor value.
Yeah, and this is their banner ads that they used at the Richmond Marathon. You said mile 8 of which one?
You go to the 26.2 anywhere.
Oh, anywhere?
Mm-hmm. Click on mile 8.
So yeah, this, let me see.
Yep, and play.
Fleet Feet is Richmond's running headquarters, and we're happy to keep you moving every step of the way. Keep it up. You're doing great.
They made good use of it. And oh, and I did want to show, let me see if I have it. Okay. This is the Philadelphia Marathon, and just going into their different, each mile marker, they have a sponsor that they're showcasing. So, okay, let's go back. Okay, so just kind of a recap of the 6 different opportunities that you have for sponsor placements, the progress alert recognition, the linkable banner ads, the logo placements and custom content, the user social media posts, the custom map icons, and the geo cheers. So the custom audio experience. So it's a nice mix of different things. And one of the things I like to tell sponsors is that they're getting double promotion when they sponsor RaceJoy, because they're getting all the exposure in RaceJoy, but then you, the race director, are providing promotion about their sponsorship of RaceJoy. So they get this double promotion because then you're communicating that in all your materials.
And the third is the spectator. The spectator factor is a huge thing, that you're reaching out to a lot of spectators that are tracking those participants.
Yeah. So you're reaching beyond just those that are on the ground, and also especially for that virtual, it's not just people that are coming to the race site. People are using RaceJoy all over the world. So, I mean, it depends on their strategy and their brand strategy if they want to reach how big of a reach that they want. But the more national brands or worldwide brands would be interested in that. I know I mentioned this in the past session, but RaceJoy Rocks is a really great demo tool for you to use, and it's something you could share with your sponsors. It's actually designed to give an overview for race directors and for sponsors of the things that RaceJoy can do so that they can get a better understanding. You would need to register for RaceJoy on RunSignup site to get the virtual results, but you don't have to use that. But if you want the automated results, you would need to get a bib number by registering. And then you just download the app and go into RaceJoy Rocks. And then one final thing I wanted to share is that if you don't know already, RaceJoy is available through certified timers. And if you don't have a certified timer, then just get with your account manager or look on our RunSignup's site. We have a timer search, but you can get with your account manager and we'll put you in touch with one of our preferred timers. But the best bet is to ask your current timer or who you typically would use to see if they're certified. They're actually doing a lot of training in not only RaceJoy, but all the challenge setup and the virtual results. So they're actually a really good resource for all of that, the back end setup for all of that. So with that, were there any questions? And if you have questions now, feel free to go ahead and type them in.
So we're getting some questions around integration to other systems like Instagram, Garmin, Strava, those types of things. In general, we're a race app. We're tied to the race. We're not a training app. We do have a feature that we're working on where people can export their data. You as a timer and a race director, you can export all the data today, and we're opening that up to the participants. So they'll be able to export that data and put it into their training systems. That's something that's really close on our radar. As far as other integrations, nothing really short on the radar right now coming in for us. Continuing to look at other things. Let's see. Yeah, Relay is really huge for us. We've been doing Relay for quite a few years. It's one of the big differentiator oh, Zach, yeah, you've used the Relay stuff, yeah. I don't think Relay has changed much from what you've gotten. We did change for you the custom audio. That's been a big change for us this year. It's completely dynamic. You can change it on the fly. So if you have something going on in your ultra relays in that space and you need to just change things on the fly, you don't have that pre-wait time for custom audio. So you can actually customize your audio in real time. So that would be a nice thing for an ultra event. And RaceJoy Rocks is a free event, no registration. Just go and look for RaceJoy Rocks on Google and get right to our registration site. Register for free. You'll get an automatic email. So it's a great way to experience what it's like to do a virtual race on the RunSignup platform and experience the whole thing from start to finish. And then use the app, go out and walk or bike or run any way you want to do it. You could do it either 5K or you could do the challenge event, and then you will get a tour as you're doing the 5K of all the functionality. Again, it's free, and RaceJoy is an app on Apple and Android. Yeah, so Tim, thank you, a great announcer out there. Appreciate you attending today. Yeah, so we have put some limits in now based on the size of the file and all. I think you'll find that you start hitting around 30, 32 seconds. We're going to kind of chop you off on those custom audio messages. But yeah, great call out there. Definitely want to keep it short, sweet, and to the point. Very, very good. Yeah, so cycling is a really important thing. You know, again, we don't ever want anybody using earbuds. Obviously, on a cycle, I do a lot of cycling. You know, I just turn the speaker up, believe it or not, depending on what kind of traffic conditions I'm in and all, I can hear my audio from my speaker. So yeah, it's really a preference thing for people on cycling, but it's definitely you know, something that they can hear if they have their speaker all the way up. But it's probably not going to be the same experience for a cycling event as it is for running, walking. But we did have a number of cycling events across the country that have used us and had those key off-course alerts and directional cues. And so again, depending upon how they have their phone mounted, they might be just looking down and they'll see those the same alerts that come up. If they have their screen, they'll see them as a notification, so they will get something, some visual that they're getting off course, which is very important for cycling events. We've also been using swimming events and boating events. So anything that where somebody's moving and have a way to carry a tracking device. Yep. Let's see if there's anything else. Good questions, though. Thank you for all the keeping us going here. Yeah, another question about usage and users. Again, I know we're at time, Lauren. Yeah, it's an interesting survey. Didn't happen this year with COVID, but the last few years has been a nice survey of people carrying phones, and the last numbers we saw were over 70%. But I do think the Apple Watch is going to be something that we get to eventually. Just been different priorities right now for us, but that would probably be the next tracking device.
Great. Thank you so much, guys. That was really, really informative. That wraps up this room session for the day. I'm going to put the quick link in for the town hall with Bob. It starts at 4:30. So in about 7 minutes, you can click on the Go To Webinar link. It is not in Zoom. It is in Go To Webinar. And this session should be up on our website maybe by the end of the week or early next week. Thank you so much. Have a good day.
Thanks for attending.